Welcome to Fulcrum Homedecor. My name is Pallavi and I'm here to help you transform your spaces and make it into a home. Today I'm going to be taking you into the living room of a very dear client. Now I say a very dear client for almost everybody I know, but I'll tell you why this client is dear to me, because our story goes back more than 25 years ago. She is someone who I went to school with. I mean, she was my junior, but we used to stay in the same locality. However, as life passed, we both, I shifted out, they shifted out. She's been in touch with me through social media. She's been watching my work, and one of the things that inspired her for her living room is a project that we did a while back. I will link the project in the description box so you know what I'm trying to say. So let me begin this video by showing you what was the brief and how we made this space. So as you enter this space, we have a huge living room, and what I loved about the space is the way the air and light kind of threw into this living room. The second thing that I loved was the flooring. Now this is a property which is I think about 12 years old and they bought it in resale. However, these floors are so beautiful. They're not the typical tiles. This is actual mosaic tile, mosaic flooring that we used to have earlier, and I think this is what inspired me to do a lot of the things in this room. She had seen a video of ours and she wanted to go ahead with a very contemporary Indian aesthetic in her living room, and she also had some furniture with like the TV unit and the sofa cum bed, these chairs already existing, and we needed to accommodate these because these were in very good condition and these were her design aesthetic. So we wanted to keep that as the basis and provide her with certain things that she needed in this space. So the first thing we added were these ceiling rafters. That is the thing that she saw in one of my videos and she definitely wanted for her home. So we've added these wooden rafters to the ceiling, which kind of make it look so beautiful and Indian and contemporary at the same time. She also wanted this opening to the passage, which you can see was just an opening, to be covered, and so that this space becomes just like a room, and it's not like a space for just doors. So we made doors over there. We wanted the doors to again complement the whole space, so you'll see that now the glass that we've used is brown in color, the framing is all brown, matching or complementing the colors which are already in their existing furniture. She also wanted the TV unit to be like a central focus of this room. So we looked at what she had as the TV unit. We paneled the wall behind the TV unit in this beautiful marble wall texture, which is called stucco from Asian Paints, which is I think one of my favorite textures if I go ahead with texture paint as well, because it's subtle and it yet gives that feeling of having a little bit of textural element to the wall. We also added wooden rafters right next to the texture paneling, again to bring about the wooden elements that you see in this space. She wanted a crockery cum coffee or a tea bar in her space, and that is something that we've provided on the right side of the passageway. It kind of made perfect sense to have it there. So there's a longer unit, there is a shorter unit. So we've just given her a simple basic unit, but it has all the elements that are needed in this space. We did not provide them with clear glass because she wanted everything to be semi or translucent, not fully transparent as well. According to Vastu, the Puja unit for the whole house needed to be housed in this corner, and yet they did not want the entire unit to be like a Puja unit. So we've made it like a cabinet, and the cabinet has self-opening shutters. They can close it when they're not using it, they can leave it open when they are using it, and it doesn't look like a typical Puja unit in this space. The other thing that we did was, if you look at the passage, there were a few civil changes. They had a wash basin which we removed, and because there was no space outside the house to keep a shoe rack, we wanted to make a shoe rack cum laundry console in the passage itself. So we've provided her with a console in the passage, and it has these beautiful beautiful shutters in wood, and just because we wanted a specific contemporary Indian element to be added in the space, so we added cane laminates. Cane laminates, just for you to know, is a very reasonable way in which you can incorporate cane, and it's also very, very maintenance friendly. So that's pretty much what we've done in the passage, along with the sliding door for the kitchen. They have 2 cats and they love to go everywhere, and being cat parents, they want their children to be able to go to every space in the house. So thus what they have done is create these barriers so that they don't have to continuously keep monitoring the cats, just the kitchen can be segregated. The color of the walls that I have kept are very muted and in a very beautiful taupe color, which is again pulling from the flooring, and because this added the warmth that the space really calls for. You can also see that the curtains are in similar shades, and they have just the right amount of slight amount of gold foil in the curtains, which is not very visible to the naked eye. However, if you go close, you can see, so that adds a little bit of luxury feel to the space. We finished off everything with brass and golden accents, and this is how the space now looks. I hope you enjoyed this video. You couldn't see the dining table because that is yet to come, and we needed to finish the photo shoot, the video at this point. However, if I do get a picture in the future and the video is not out, I'll try and insert that. Do let me know in the comments what was your favorite part, what is it, and if you have any questions regarding the interiors, definitely hit me up. I would love to answer them. And if you're looking to design your home and decorate your homes, you can get in touch with me. All the details will be mentioned in the description box. Till I see you again in my next video, happy living.